This is verse 14 of the 18th chapter, Gospel of Matthew. Jesus has been dealing with the disciples who've been jockeying for high positions in the government that they assume that Jesus is going to be establishing, and he puts a child before them and indicates that to enter the kingdom you have to become humble as one of these children. And then expanding on that discussion of those who are these little ones, he makes various observations, concluding with this remarkable statement that we have in verse 14. So we have hutos. This is an indeclinable adverb. It means thus, drawing a conclusion. Uk estin, it is not. So thus, it is not will. It doesn't have the will, that will. So it goes a little deeper, really. The quality of the will of God is being considered here. So thus it is not will, improsthen. Preposition takes the genitive. It means in front of, in the face of, or with is the idea here. But the notion of being in the face or before God, the pros really carries the notion of facing. So it's not the will of to patros, before the Father humon of you. So thus it is not a will or the will of the Father, in the face of the Father, in the mind, the consideration of the Father, to in orinois, the in heavens one, your Father in heaven. He doesn't say my Father here. It's really associating the fatherhood of God now with these people, and seems to be specifically intended to communicate a certain degree of comfort here. It's not the will of the Father, hina. In order that takes the subjunctive. Here's apolletai from apolemy. Means to destroy. Aorist, middle in form, active in meaning. To perish. It's not the will of your Father in heaven that one of these should perish. Then hin. Adjective means one, tone mikron, of the little ones, two-tone these little ones. It's not the will of your Father that one of these little ones should perish. Remarkable statement. Of course, it's given great comfort over the centuries to people who've lost infants, for example, and have wondered about the disposition of their eternal situation, those who are mentally impaired or otherwise little ones, ones who for whatever reasons would be in a position of the inability to really fully grasp their moral situation before God, seem to be included in this rather sweeping statement. And so it's one of those benchmarks in the New Testament that speaks broadly to the grace of God and the expanse of the grace of God to those who may not be able to rationally comprehend the gospel. Of course, the whole view of this has been highly disputed and somewhat controversial, but at least on the face of it, that seems to be the sense that Matthew wants to get over to us.